All right, welcome to CTF Draft League Season 4, Game 2. We got Take Your Beatin versus KEK. Hopefully this is better than the first game. First game was kind of quick. It was 10 minutes. So, Joe, what do you predict for this game? What time and who wins?
So I think coming into this Take Your Beating, which is Eric's squad, would have been favored, but they have not shown all of their projected starting lineup. I'm still going to pick them to win because I think Jay, Iron, Revenge, Waylander is a lot of top end talent. But I'm gonna give Keck a little bit of a fighting chance here. I'm gonna say Take Your Beating in 23 minutes.
All right, Hurst, what do you think?
I think it's going to be better than the first game. Other
Okay.
than that, I think it's going to be. Sorry, Mike. Joe had 20. I'm going to go just from the lineups. I think it's going to hit overtime one. But I think Bax will be MVP.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah,
just
I'm
one
going to say
fair.
overtime too. Oh, sorry,
This
go ahead,
is
Joe.
Bax's first time unspecking in a CTFDL official match.
He's home, Joe. My boy's home.
That's true. So this
He
is
was ousted
history in the
out of
making.
USL, so now he has to make it.
Everyone take note of where you are right now. You are seeing history.
He might play more draft league games than USL games since his squad faded.
Damn, man.
Didn't even make it to the 29th.
I'm gonna say Take Your Beatin still wins this because yes, they're missing starters, but Keck overall, I just think doesn't have as much talent. So I'm gonna take Your Beatin in like 35 minutes.
All right, so Keck was home, and this is the second game in a row that the home team chose collective. Though in Keck's case, they're taking B8, which there has been a lot of yapping in the community about how overpowered this base potentially could be. This is a
Bunch
slightly
of
edited
sweaty tryhards and Matt fucked the base up. This is just bullshit.
Oh,
Y'all captain seriously didn't ban this base?
Hurt has some bad memories of this base from OVDL for anyone who's unfamiliar. Chompy is spamming about how he's never lost on defense in this base in spec chat right now.
Yeah, it looks like Mites is gonna DJT as well, which I think you absolutely need in this base.
Yeah, I think his DJT style will probably be pretty similar to Tyrael's from OVDL, which very passive, a lot of GL spam, just trying to get kills. So it kind of fits the blueprint that has worked in the space before.
Yeah, the key here is to hold that little lip that he's by right now and just spam GL around it. Because the infantry's always try to push it and just die.
So Smoka has started this game as Pack JT for Take Your Beating, which he usually does for flagging, but a lot of people have theorized that Pack JT would be good versus
Wait a minute. Oh, he's not playing.
And on the other side, Galaxy is Pack JT attacking D7, who's already gotten some deep flagging runs there.
Is this going to be the season where JT's come back?
I hope so.
I mean, it could be. Chucky sat out last season and he's back, so that's one. I've heard rumblings that ZMN could play some Pack JT for pure talent, reborn, whatever. And we got Smoka and Galaxy starting off as Pack JT here.
Yeah, Jay has already switched infantry. I don't think Pack JT works in B8. I think it's just a flag thing.
Yeah, I never really bought into that either, but a lot of people have said that's the way to break it.
Said that. I want some names, Joe.
I believe X5 and some Darkslayers did. I think Revenge and Kev may have kind of vouched for it too.
I would listen to X5 on that one. They never lost in that base. I know what they're talking about.
Unbound, unbent, unbroken.
I do think that heavy is not the play on offense, attacking B8.
I don't think there is a play. I think the space is just very overpowered. Like, the offense is always going to be at a disadvantage if it's equal skill.
See, I would run 3 and foot JT here. Just try to out JT the DJT.
Alright, so it looks like after their initial success at D7, They're not really getting great push in there anymore for KEK's offense.
Meanwhile, TYB's offense is already around that corner. They can do some damage here if backs can set up. But Bax just backs up and shoots RPGs instead, and the run's over. Oh.
Look at my MVP go.
Yo, Bax, set up, bro. There you go.
Bax probably doesn't have a lot of experience playing against Foot JT on defense. As a heavy, it can be pretty disorienting when that starts bouncing you around.
Yeah, you got to stay in the pocket and shoot, though, not back up and spam RPG. It's not going to do anything.
I assume Jay is leading this offense. We've got Jay and Iron, two very well-known, established OM stalwarts in the league, with Boog and LT, who are both USL players who are pretty new to CTF. So I would think Jay and maybe Iron are leading on their offense.
Yeah, I would think so. They're going to take this MG, I think. Oh, we already got to swing home. They get cleared?
They must have gotten cleared.
So it's worth noting Galaxy was on the Dark Slayer's defense that used the previous version of this base in OVDL. So I think he's been a believer in the strength of this base and using it for a while.
Gum.
They actually didn't get cleared. They just swung home. They were scared. Code Red.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good point in the favor of Hurst's prediction for at least one overtime here for them to swing home that early. Did they even get a turret down or 1 MG max?
Do the sentries count?
No, they do not.
Then no.
They had the MG pretty low, but yeah, they didn't actually. I don't know why they swung so much.
I think it's worth noting they only have one front sentry because of the way the flag room is configured here. They're keeping it back one so they can't get fluke flags. So it's even less for the take your beating offense to chew through, and they're still struggling this much.
I know it's Mites and his brain isn't always working, but he shot like 2 GLs as DJT so far. There we go.
He is first place 10-0 though, so he might be doing something right.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just doing the Mites shooting AR from the back from the flag room as DJT. I mean, if you're going to do that.
This defense at this base kind of works itself, especially for Foot JT. But yeah, since you said that, I've been watching, and there has been more AR than you expect from the prototypical DJT here.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of DJT in this base is to move everybody around, so he's literally just mitesing and shooting AR, so might as well have somebody else JT.
Mitesing. It's a new verb.
Yeah. Unbind your keys and just spam AR from the flag room. Oh, there you go. A couple GLs. He's also backing up when he's shooting them, so they don't have any momentum. Or he, like, stands still. You see that? Wonder if his keys, like, Shift-Alt or something.
We've got some action back in D7. Looks like they're running 4 Imp flag room rush now. Really good stunner by Way there to slow down their momentum.
Oh,
But they're
they
getting
could get the RT or MG.
Yeah, they're getting some damage.
That's some good damage.
And Mike swung from defense. Good job by Revenge playing Engineer. I don't think Revenge is one of the people that they want on Engineer this season. They have Breakdance, Rue, and Jackie, who all weren't able to attend today. So Revenge doing a solid job in their play so far.
That's when I was reviewing all the teams and like the likely lineups. That's why I gave Eric seemed a little bit of a lower grade than everybody else, because the offense is stacked with Rev, but Rev is going to have to NG a lot this season because I don't think Breakdance is ever going to show maybe one game.
Yeah.
So you're relying on Jackie or Rue, which is also
at least Revenge or Jackie is probably always going to be one of their supports.
Yeah.
And Waylander's a good fighter too, who's also playing support, but.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard some yapping from people in the community this week. It seemed that some people didn't even know if B8 was going to be an active base for this season. Were you guys fully under the impression, your squad, that this was going to be able to be chosen?
Yeah, nobody told us no, so we practiced it a few times.
Yeah, that was my assumption too. I assume since it's on the main map now, it was going to be in.
Yeah, I mean, if it's available for OVDs and shit. I mean, they filled in H4 with lava, so.
Yeah, I'd like to mention before anyone sends me hate mail, they filled it in with lava after I stepped down as dev, so don't blame me for this one.
Well, another
Captain Axe
swing
was
home.
on the Dark Slayer squad that they used H4, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if he was in their regular lineup though. I forget who if I don't think he played in the playoffs against us. I don't think he was their SL.
He played
Oh,
SL in the gym.
He was the okay. So this is
Chompy's saying he
karma.
was. So yeah, I'm incorrect there. Chompy's saying he was their SL. This is karma. Backs with one of his patented kill macros on Galaxy.
I think he's up to
and
6
another
or
one on
7 now.
Blackstar.
We got a ticker. I know everybody says B8's overpowered, and I think it is too, but I don't think they look that strong on it. I don't know if these guys have ever practiced B8 defense. Like, if Bax gets in there and just stops trying to RPG walls.
Well, Metal was also on the Dark Slayers OVDL iteration, so he has some experience here, but not sure about
MG
the rest.
down.
Oh,
RT killed the med.
Trooper taking a gun girl there.
Yeah, that's a rookie medic mistake. You never stand directly on the wall.
Meanwhile, KEK's offense is looking pretty good. They got a DM. Their COD DM is holding now, so that's good. They're probably gonna have to swing one.
They're getting to the flag room consistently, but they don't seem to be focus firing any turret in particular. So Revenge is holding up pretty well. I think they could use a little more coordination with what they're targeting, if they're dead zoning properly.
Not much of a dead zone here with that back MG though, because if you try to get above the console, I think it still hits you.
I think the one above the console is all right. The plasma can do some damage though.
Yeah. Hey, you're right though. Oh, they're gonna take the MG down there though. Almost that plasma too.
Yeah, they got Revenge down too, so definitely no TB string. One MG down. See if they can capitalize.
I mean, this is just a war of attrition. I don't think Rev can keep up with the talks there.
Yeah, the other thing is, if you swing home at B8, it's going to be a lot stronger than swinging home at D7. D7, one of the weaker bases for turtling. So KEK is definitely overperforming expectations here, a lot on the back of the strength of this very strong B8 base. And just like that, we've got 2 turrets down in D7, the rocket as well. Let's check the drop diff and see our Revenge.
But they might get cleared. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
So Revenge has an extra 70 tox in the DS, which isn't much buffer, but it's something.
Actually, more than I would have thought.
Well, I'm guessing he doesn't have much on him since he just built an RT. That's probably about all he has now.
I was wondering when this is going to happen.
Yeah, Eric switched to infill, something he's been yapping a lot about how good he is. Does it a lot in mixes and OVDs. We'll see how it performs under the bright lights, as Angelus would call them.
Well, he just got a 1-rep special, so not exactly off to a hot start.
Yeah, Chompy pointing out in spec chat that there are still only 3 turrets up at D7.
Red Sentry too.
Ooh, Galaxy's JT.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need the second sentry up.
Yeah, let's see if they can capitalize here. Also worth noting, this KEK offense is doing pretty good considering one, aka Hop, is in. He's a USLer who I haven't seen in any mixes so far. I'm sure he's been around a little bit, but for a new player to be having this much success against the defense of Revenge, Waylander, some other CTF veterans, it's a pretty good start.
He's played quite a bit this week. He was in a lot of mixes. A lot of late night OVDs, too.
Okay,
So he's definitely got his reps
Good
in.
to see. So based on the spec teams, it looks like TYB doesn't have any subs available, and KEK only has 2. So that probably limits the changes that TYB can make on offense if they want to try something other than O-heavy here.
Imagine if we only did 5 squads like planned. You'd actually have a bench. Crazy thought.
Yeah, the change to 6 squads, I think, was kind of controversial and not a consensus opinion. We'll see as the season goes on if the teams can stay stable and not have to rely on NTs. But it's already looked like it's a pain point for some squads.
Ooh, some bad. That's at B8.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a good push there.
This is why Bax has a lot more to learn there. If he would have attached there, instead of just waiting for a summon, he would have been in there damaging the turrets.
And once again, both MGs are red in the D7 flag room. Revenge is really having to put in his work this game.
I'm sure Rev is being very pleasant to his DMs as well.
Team? So we're 16 minutes into this. Anyone who is unfamiliar with overtime in CTFDL, at 30 minutes, heals for both engineers and medics will be cut by about 50%. It'll be a lot tougher for Ds to sustain and for engineers to keep their turrets up. And it looks like, as Hertz predicted in pregame, we're probably heading in that direction unless something changes. Yeah, the take your beating offense at B8 is just really not able to get any sustained pressure on the turrets. They're getting to the boxes here and there, but they're getting either pushed out before they can do damage or barely able to stay up. And again, that's with only one front blocker center, which isn't even in the right place right now.
Yeah, no, and Dark Bomber point out something very accurate. Trooper's not doing anything but healing. He is literally playing medic like it's season 1.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still more than enough to hold off this offense with Iron and Jay as OMs, which many people would say were the 2 best OMs in this entire draft pool. Or player pool, rather. And we've had a few people swing home.
Also, I'm confused. KEK changed to a heavy. After all that success of flag room rushing, there's like, you know what? We don't want success. We're going to go heavy and stall out instead.
I think that might be a little bit of a misread by their offense. I think, as I said earlier, they just need a little better coordination in the flag room. Like, they're getting there. They're just not executing well. Switching to a heavy offense versus D7 seems more difficult to me.
I really do not like heavy in D7 anymore. I think it's
very difficult. You need the right personnel to do it. The one thing I'll say about Galaxy is, great as a player as he is a player that tends to, like, get a little ADD with
Uh-oh.
changes.
Oh, Waylander with a clutch trade. Oh, he was almost out.
They did really well on that push, and the O Heavy didn't really contribute anything. If they had a fourth imp in there with Kara, they could have possibly ended that.
Yeah, imagine a fourth imp there just throwing grenades. You probably take at least a ret down.
But like I was saying, Galaxy is one of the more hot swap heavy players in the community, I think. He's always changing class himself, and I assume he's running this offense, so he might have been the impetus behind changing to 3 imp heavy.
Traditionally, though, is Galaxy an offensive player or defensive? He's more of a D-imp, right?
I'd say like he has 60-40 defense, but he's very versatile. He's really good at both. And I think just the way the player pool is, your better fighters, you kind of have to put them on offense to have a chance. At least some of them. And with B8 as strong as it is, they're probably pretty comfortable not having him there.
I just really don't understand this heavy swap. First, you have Ketchup shooting LMG. Like, he could... Yosh was protecting me. He could have been shooting AC the whole time, and he's shooting LMG at BTU instead. He's gonna take that back MG, though. That's good.
Somewhat surprised by this, but Goog actually is rank 1 in turret damage right now, as much as...
That's my boy!
Offense. But Yosh and Galaxy are right behind him. I think, as a whole, the collective offense is doing a lot more total damage than...
I don't know why USL had to get rid of such a stellar player like Bax. We're more than happy to adopt him here in his new home.
There's actually... They should push in right now. I don't know why Bax is messing around.
Well, once they have the official live televised USL admin debates, we may see Bax come back.
That is true.
I don't think any squad wants him, but anyways, he's doing good damage on the MG here. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, this is one of the better pushes we've seen in a while from the TYB offense, but... As Herth is familiar with, it's hard to break this base.
I think they should be running a JT. Bounce around that corner. Catch a med. You can bounce off that left wall and just spam G all day long.
Like that was a really good hold for that offense. They were set up for close to a minute. KEK was struggling to push out, and they weren't able to take a third down. It's really demoralizing playing against this base.
Yeah, but you also had Iron and Jay not throwing any nades. They were just, like, spamming RGs. I think the key to this base, too, is spam nades, because they get repped into the rets.
You are correct. As soon as you can clear that lip and just start banking nades off that left wall, yeah, they'll just get repped everywhere.
Yeah. Maybe get a med kill, decent damage.
Alright, so we had Yosh swing home there. Once again, as we've been seeing all game, KEK is very quick on the trigger to swing people home, and it's made it really tough for TYB to get any advantage in B8 yet.
So I don't think I agree with that, though. They were doing such good ret damage on offense, and then you're switching or turtling when you don't really need to, and just allowing Rev to rebuild in line.
I'm not saying that it's necessarily good strategy for them, but I think they're playing very conservative on defense, and they're committed to extending this game.
Yeah. I just wish they would keep up the pressure. Oh, Yosh takes a bad death there.
Herth, what do you think about them switching to 3 imp heavy attacking D7? Would you do that, or are you with me and Mecha and favoring more of the flag room rush offense?
I like flag room rush at D7. I think that's the better offense. That or a pack JT.
Yeah,
like from the defensive side, I just like if you tell me there's an O heavy at D7, I'm like, okay, whatever. Flag room rush keeps me on my toes. JT keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, if they were going to switch anything, I'd prefer them to switch between 3 imp JT and 4 imp Galaxy could be the pivot person. I don't love the heavy here.
Axe with a TB at B8, but he only got like 2 attaches and.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame Axe for that because Axe usually sets those up well. He'll communicate very clearly that he's gonna blink.
With his passive as Troopers playing, though, you're never going to get behind the defense completely.
Yeah. Agreed.
Was Trooper always a med?
I remember him as an O-Imp and an O-Foot JT back in the day that Foot JTs were more prominent.
Yeah, I
offense,
never
season
remember
1,
him as a
season
medic.
2.
I thought he was a JT, yeah. That's why I was confused when people were telling me he was gonna med.
Chucky, who was his squad mate in season 1 and 2.
And the starting JT, yeah.
Well, I think they ran a 4 JT offense at one point. Shadow Syndicate. But even in like pubs and mixes, I remember Trooper as a Foot JT.
Well, you gotta remember, Trooper might have been JT when Chucky got banned by Deke, so.
Yeah, Trumpy gives a good point too. Just put ketchup on infill and flag rush if you're not convinced of his.
Either way, I would be switching between 2 or 3 iterations of a flag room rush offense. So whether that's 3-imp JT, 4-imp, or 3-imp infill, I think those are the things I should be leaning on. The 3-imp heavy seems to have stalled their momentum.
But they have to realize that, right? Like, oh, we're not doing any damage anymore.
It's tough when you're in the flow of the game. I've seen, and it's even happened to me myself. Like, you don't always make the right reads. This making another good point, or similar to something that just occurred to me. The BA defense, they should be able to get some swings to offense. We saw Mites do the one earlier in the game that got some extra turret damage in, but with this, as well as they're doing at B8.
Big push at B8.
And as I say that, COIB is the one who
look at Bax laying it down.
Look at Bax back there, lighting it up. All turrets down.
Man,
Yes,
Bax making a great argument for MVP. Man, I can't wait till he does this in USL with Pister Squad.
I think there was only one extra player there on that swing to offense, and they took down all the turrets right away.
I don't see any reserve talks for either team either in the DS at least. Oh, there's some a little bit there now.
There's 50 in Titan drop tip for revenge, but there is nothing for Verb. And with as well as the BA defense has been holding up, you would think Verb would have gotten some more this game.
Yeah, but they were chipping that MG pretty much all game, even if they weren't taking it down. Yeah, right, so he's not even pushing forward.
Ketchup has swapped to infill.
Or
no, and swap back to heavy. Never mind that.
I thought Chumpy gave him some spec info.
So we're 27 minutes. We're 3 minutes away from overtime. B2U is again swung to offense.
Yeah,
from
Game Freak and Eric too, and Rev. They do absolutely jack shit with it. They don't even.
Sorry, you can go.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this is something you can see when you have these defensive stalemates. If a team starts proactively being the ones swing to offense, they can take teams off guard. And once you're on the front foot, it can be hard for teams to get back off the back foot. And things can switch around quick. And QIB is starting to get some momentum back. Yeah, so we've got Galaxy, Yosh, and possibly, and Ketchup was home too. So they are, again, pretty quick on the trigger to turtle.
They're going to keep swinging, too. It looks like they're just keeping Game Freak and Way home.
Yeah, and once
BT is
overtime
home.
starts, overtime really favors the aggressor because your minerals are going to go much less far for you. So if you're the team that is forcing a team to turtle, they're going to be the only ones feeling the disadvantage of the overtime mechanics. All right, catch up is back as infantry, so we're seeing the flag room rush to D7 that we were calling for. Struggled on their first run there, though.
I'm going to get a drink. It's overtime's coming on the corner.
Choppy with a good point that some EB from Trooper could help here. With how safe B8 is, you don't need to rely on heals as much. And Brain does so much in those narrow hallways with GL all over the place.
All right, overtime 1.
Yeah, overtime has started, and it seems like Verb is in a little bit of a hole here. I think we're probably going to see some more turtling from KEK. But back when Trooper played, EB was very much not the meta for Medic. So I'm curious if that's something that his teammates have mentioned to him, or they will mention after this game. Got some more sustained pressure from the TYB offense at D8. Boog is setting up at pretty high resources. Let's see if they can take advantage. And he did. So pretty good defense by KEK. Galaxy has switched back to Pack JT at D7. But their offense has kind of lost all their momentum.
Yeah, I think Hearth and I are going to be right about the prediction on this one. It's going to be an OT win for sure.
We've gone way over my prediction already, so.
Wait, what? Okay, OT gets triggered. All right.
Yeah,
I think OT favors Galaxy Squad more with the flag room rush. They're getting way more turret damage in.
Yeah, agreed. I think it favors. I think B8's a stronger turtling base, and the flag room rush offense is going to be able to do more damage. But I think Eric's squad has been more aggressive in the past like 5 minutes of the game, so they're trying to swing that dynamic back to them.
Yeah, Iron and Jay are really putting on the pressure here now too. Almost get that MG.
Yeah, so they got one MG down at D7. Galaxy had all flags for a little while, but weren't in too much danger. Revenge has 50 tops in the dropship for Titan. Verb, it doesn't look like, has any surplus. And is down an MG.
Yeah, he's building another one right now, so he's probably got it all on him. Needs a sentry up, though. I don't think he's going to be able to build a block sentry for that MG.
Yeah, it's really dangerous.
Could be free reign for Bax. Oh, Bax is going for the red in the back.
Back right.
Now switch to the front.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, what happened?
Yeah,
almost got out.
Galaxy's corpse got summoned, so it must have been some type of server bug.
Yeah, I spectated as soon as he grabbed all three, and I saw his dead body by the door. Interesting.
Yeah, it's more of like a visual illusion as opposed to a bug. Actually, that's a better way to phrase it.
Would like to see Galaxy shoot more GLs as he's flying in. He kind of just
Think for GL, don't you, Mecha?
I mean,
You're just a fan of chaos.
everybody tells me it's the strongest weapon in the game, and you're not going to spam it while you're running in.
I said it like 10 minutes ago, and I think it's even more true now in overtime. I think KEK needs to find a way to proactively swing one player to D7. They could really finish this game off if they get a well-timed swing, but they're just content to stay at B8 and try this bend not break.
Oh. Yeah. The issue is if you swing one, I think Iron and Jay smell blood in the water and get super aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, and Jackie is just signed on for TYB, so I think we're going to be seeing a sub here really soon. I would expect he comes in as infantry, possibly for Game Freak or BTU. We could also see him come as support and revenge switch to infantry.
I think you put him in for LT on offense.
Yeah, that's another candidate as well.
Who?
Jackie.
We got some really good turret damage at B8.
Damn.
I assume Verb is not having a good time right now.
I mean, he's losing to Bax.
So it's your MVP, Hearth. What are you talking about?
So I got a question. Like, if that squad wins with Bax, does that mean Bax is better than Yosh?
Oh,
maybe. Bax has definitely sent more kill macros than Yosh this game. So on one metric, he already is.
It's the only metric that matters.
It's also worth noting Bax is undefeated in games he's unspec'd in CTFDL.
True. 0-0 is undefeated.
Yep. All right, so we've got at least 3 people turtling for KEK right now, trying to give Verb some time to recover.
Does Verb have enough to build a second MG? I don't think he does.
Based on where he put that sentry, I don't think he does.
Well, he probably also has the 150 that he pre-mined.
Sitting in the cave somewhere.
I think they patched that.
He
must be low because they swung people home.
Blast Spark's low too. They need to push up here. Bax needs to get around this corner.
I'm surprised they haven't swapped someone to infill here. They could use some extra push.
I don't think Bax realized that was a sentry when he was shooting at it.
I mean, I think both teams could use an infill, whether defending or pushing into B8 right now.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think Jay's going to get out. Did KEK get cleared on offense? Oh, no.
I don't think they did. I think it was a preemptive.
Code red?
Yeah. Alright, Eric has swapped to infill as his catch-up, so both teams have one in right now. We still have not seen Jackie on spec. Could be they're waiting for the right timing. It could be they're rewarding their people who are here on time. It looks like from one of our private chats, though, Jackie is having trouble logging into Discord.
Reports are coming in that Jackie squirted his kids with water guns till they went to bed, ZMN style.
That doesn't seem effective.
Do you think his kids all talk in caps lock too?
For sure.
I hope not. That seems loud.
Again, Galaxy's getting in there, but if he just shot a few GLs... I know there he was just trying to steal the Solvi, but...
Their offense just seems really scattered right now. Everyone's going at different paces.
They just got cleared at D7. Good blink by Waylander.
Jackie looks like continuing to have trouble getting into Discord. I assume that's why he hasn't been subbed in yet. And as we've seen in prior seasons, attendance is a huge issue for teams. A lot of people favored Eric's team to win this league, and while BH strength is playing a lot of part in this, their weak attendance here is also responsible for their under expectation showing so far.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think you can really expect better attendance in this either with Jackie and Breakdance.
All right, Galaxy has found his GL button. He is spamming it. Unfortunately, it's at his defensive base, not his offensive base. So I don't know if Mecha will be happy about that.
No, I'm not satisfied.
Revenge with a offensive MG at B8.
I like that MG actually. It's got a nice straight line down the. They need to push though. They're like. Bax is still shooting RPGs from the back.
Burb has 70 tox on his body right now, but still hasn't gotten his second MG up.
Oh, Rev died and his turrets died.
Did-
Is it a RT on the ground?
Did Galaxy swap to engineer just to reprogram those two MGs? What a 5-head play right there.
I mean, it's pretty good.
What a fucking G this guy is.
What are the base rules with reprogramming turrets though? Does it not count against your team's turrets?
It does, in the sense that, like, if any of the flag room stuff goes down, you can't technically rebuild it unless those two MGs in the front would die.
Yeah, so you can add above the max with reprograms, but you can't add above the max with build. So
Gotcha.
for now, they'll have the 2 extra, but once they go down, they won't be able to rebuild them.
The problem is those MGs are absolute ass for defense, but with their position. Great for offense, but on D, you're just shooting walls or getting mid-ranged.
You might as well leave the door open.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, right? That so Verb just wasted what 15, 20 talks fixing them up. Couldn't he have just saved that and built his own MG second? Because there's not a second MG in the flag room.
You can make a
Correct.
case for that. So
That
is
seems
Jay,
like it's poor
is Jay
resource
pack
management.
JT here? Yeah, Jay is switched to pack JT.
I'm
But
surprised it
again,
took
for
this
Keck
long.
here, with these extra MGs, you have a little extra cushion. This could have been a time to swing someone to offense, but they've just not been proactive swinging to offense this entire game, and I think they've really hurt themselves by not doing that.
I think they're nervous about Iron and Jay.
I
mean,
shocked
you
that
gotta
you're
try
not
to win.
running Smoka as a JT versus Trooper as a medic. Like, you would think that battle would be completely lopsided.
Well, he is JT now. He switched just prior to
I know, but you're waiting until overtime to do it?
Yeah, 35 minutes in the game.
Yeah, it could have been something to mix in. With 35 minutes of not having success, you would think you'd try some kind of change up. It does seem like TYB is trying to get Jackie in the game. Jackie is saying he's having Discord issues. Maybe this is like Smoka's time zone issue, though. Don't know how much you can trust these guys.
Everybody's a fucking troll.
True. I have to say, with as experienced a player as Jackie is, him not on Discord is arguably going to be a bigger value for you than someone who's very new to the zone who is on Discord.
I mean, I would take Jackie not on Discord over LT on Discord any day of the week.
Yeah, and that's no hate on LT. I mean, it's just a very difficult zone when you're just new to it.
No, let's
especially this late in the game in OT.
LT hated on my med in the champ game in USL, so he deserves a hate.
Ah.
Jay's back to infantry as well. Oh, they KEK did put Tony in for Gohan at SL.
Oh, I hadn't seen Tony on their bench earlier.
Yeah, I think
may
he
not
just
have been
signed
here.
on. That's an upgrade. I mean, I don't think Trouble did a bad job, but Tony's a pretty damn good SL.
Yeah, agreed.
He doesn't need
I
to be
think
just gonna
with a
put
flag
some
room
mines in
rush
the back.
offense,
But
it's not really gonna move the needle much.
yeah, but you know how many mines there will be back there with Tony in?
That is true. The man does play like Rocky Jr.
Yeah,
Look at him.
he gets a lot.
He's already got 5 mines up. He's been in the game for 30 seconds.
All right, so one of the DMs is now holding at D7. So we are 11 minutes prior to the next game on the schedule, supposedly starting. I'm not sure what the administration is going to do with overlapping games, if that's going to get delayed, or if we're going to have 2 games going at once. I'll let you know if CMN or someone gives us info on that.
Well, CMN's been very punctual this season, so I'm sure he's got a backup plan for this.
Yeah, he's on top of everything, and he doesn't have any other responsibilities besides infantry, so he's very timely with handling this.
He did let a mix go about 10 minutes over the time of the first game. That was
No, not my Z.
that was a good start to the season.
Not my admin.
Oh, Waylander might die here? Oh, he dodged him. Yeah, see, Silly's noticing the mites at AR as well.
Okay, Jackie is in. As we understand it, he does not have Discord, but he is in for Lunatic on offense. So they have 3 really strong OMs right now. This could be trouble for KEK's defense. And Verb
Verb's
goes down.
Uh-oh. Jackie instant impact.
Light him up, Bax!
All right, so Yost and Ketchup has swung home for KEK. They're pushing out, giving Verb some time. Revenge is up to 100 tox buffer in the dropship. Verb has 50.
Revenge has BR as an engineer? What?
Yeah.
Is that an actual thing?
I've seen some people use it.
Does he get the RG like the SL?
I do not believe so. Yeah, Ron, I'm thinking Ensign and EB is basically what you run.
That is definitely the standard meta, but there are a few that use this.
A lot of damage here at
Ooh, he's
BA.
doing a lot of damage on that RT. Oh,
Gonna catch
gotta scrape that RT.
He could dodge an RT.
Jackie!
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, Iron J and Jackie are putting a lot of pressure on. This is not looking good for KEK.
Well, that and it's overtime. 2.
Yeah, so those turrets.
Yeah,
Spam
we're
it,
in
Eric.
OT2.
Throw more nades.
They've got a big
Oh, those are bad deaths.
Nice.
Boog just Brett
No,
Powed
Eric,
everybody.
back, stay in, go back. Oh my god. Shoot up,
Dual
bro.
Yosh. Dual Yosh, yes!
Back,
All right,
shoot
Eric-
your AC, bro. Oh my
Eric
god.
has swapped to infill. I assume he is going to be
Good
on offense.
God.
Yeah, Eric is behind the defense.
Uh-oh.
A with the deep attach. They're in big
Oh.
trouble. KEK is in full-on turtle mode.
Code red. Code red. Oh, you can't do soundboards on broadcast. The defense is not sustainable.
God, Bax is lighting him up so quick he can't even kill Macro.
True.
Verb gets a RT back up though.
Back's just LMG dual blast mark.
Dude, Oct was right. Bax should have gotten the foot pedal so he can, like, kill Macro each kill.
Jackie is spamming in his private chats in all caps that he can't hear anyone. But it's working for him so far. Alright, so we're still seeing a full turtle from KEK here. Yosh has switched to foot JT. They now have 2 foot JTs on defense. And you're seeing the strength of this VA base. And I mean, this is a version of the old H4 that I think most people would agree has had at least a moderate nerf, and it is still looking incredibly, incredibly stout.
How is this nerfed? It's got a freaking door!
Well, if the medic
Shorter
were
hallway.
pushing out, there would be some extra strength there, but the bottom hallway is a lot wider now. So it's less of like
Shorter too.
Yeah, it's shorter. That the turret area is a little bit weaker. But I don't think it's been nerfed enough based on what we're seeing here.
I mean, I just think they had an ineffectual offense in for most of the game. I do think B8's strong. I'm not going to say it's not, but they weren't doing much with LT in. And I mean, Bax when he set up was doing damage, but he was busy LMGing and RPGing and macroing instead of shooting AC.
I don't know. I would think versus other bases, Iron and J would have been enough to get this done. Especially versus a medic that passive.
Thinking we should just go full aids here and just both sides run, sub all their infantries out, put in JTs.
Yeah. We got a pretty good push to D7 here. So they are back on the offensive.
Oh, they're gonna. Oh, they didn't get that MG. It's brutal.
Yeah, they only had 3 people there, and they got some good turret damage. But again, they're just not focus firing the turret. That's been the case all game. Got a good push at B8 from Iron, Jackie, and Jay. Boog is set up. Again,
Jake actually brings up a good point. Joe, have you seen Jackie use G9 yet?
No, that's not it. I mean, if he were on Discord, they might tell him to switch. But since he's not, there's just nothing you can do.
Jackie just realized there's a pile of 50 docs next to him and stole it. Just sitting in the hallway.
So we are now at 51 minutes. We are 6 minutes into OT2. I'm not sure what the record time for is on a draft league game, but this one might be able to contend with it.
No, there was a 80-minute like last season or the season before.
So Exodus is saying 74. You said 80. I think there's a chance this can get there. Just again, with how quick on the trigger, KEK is on turtling.
You know what's scary though? This is literally the first weekend. There could be what 5 more weekends of this base.
Well, could be. I mean, there is. Well, what's gonna happen?
What if every squad adopts this as their base with their collective now?
I mean, I think they should. Like, if you're tryharding, I think you definitely do that.
Good God.
I don't want to let anything slip here, but you might see this base again tonight.
So I'd like to see Smoka switch to Pack JT here. I don't think it's the best in 5v5 versus base, but in OT2 with all this swinging, you can turn around the defense. And if you turn around the defense, your offense is just going to clean up the turrets. And like Trooper isn't tested versus the Pack JT, as Hearth mentioned. Jay's a really good fighter on Pack. His RG aim is the best in the entire community. Like, mix it up. Try something new here. So, Sergeant Ketchup has been spec'd out and trouble has come in. Looks like they're still running a 4-imp offense versus P7.
So I have 2 pieces of breaking news. One, the ZMN versus Worth match is going to be delayed due to ref shortages. And 2, Bax has the same key to open doors as Energizer.
Well, it's probably not the most efficient, but I mean, you got to prioritize not using enter to type. Because if you have enter to type, you can't type while you're moving, and back to priorities are clear.
All right, this is gonna be a good push here. Good push. Good push.
Right,
they got a couple points down.
We got Game Freak on the offense.
Big Game Freak.
And
Bax will just get up there and fire some AC.
Okay, Revenge and BTU were swung to offense. We've got a 9-man offense here at B8.
Nice.
Line them up. I think this would be a great time for a pack JT. You have all these extra numbers. You're just going to be able to cause more disruption.
Ooh, RT's low. Eric's going to come in here spamming nades. If he wasn't a keyboarder, I would trust him.
Damn it, I'm broadcasting with 2 filthy mousers.
Come to the
Sam
dark side.
Mouser would have hit those nades and RG on
never.
RT.
When was the last time Verve had a second MG?
It's been 15 minutes.
Okay.
If you don't count the reprog ones.
Yeah, I'm not counting those.
It's been a while. That's what I mean about D8. Yeah, it's strong, but I mean, Verb has 0 talks. If Back set up more, this would have been a win.
I think you're underestimating how hard it is for a heavy to stay set up down there. VDL, we had a lot of trouble staying set up there.
I've seen him back up and shoot LMG and RPGs for kills instead.
Okay, the rocket turret is down. Oh. MG plasma.
Oh, they're almost clear. Down. They're almost clear. Kill Trooper. Kill Trooper. Oh, they're gonna give up. They're going 10-man. They're going 10-man.
All right.
Like Game Freak did both.
Time to see how TYB's 10-man defense stacks up.
They're gonna start in a decent position, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They just need to hold this choke until they get full numbers, and it looks like they're doing that. So good job by KEK.
Game Freak could almost killed. Almost got killed there too with 2 flags.
All right, so TYB is stabilized. They have full turrets here, but they have given up some pretty deep position.
They have like nobody home. KEK needs to make a push here. I don't know what they're waiting for. There's like 3 people home. What are they doing?
Yeah, so both teams have 2 infills in now. And good abort by Trouble. So Trouble, their medic, has switched to infill. Or no, sorry. I'm confusing Trouble and Trooper. Ignore me.
Don't worry, guys. Mites is just backing up and shooting GL on 10-man.
Okay, Bax is shooting RPG, so they're both helping out their respective causes.
So good abort by KEK there, but they've given up a lot of their momentum. Let's see if they can regain it.
Yeah, O heavy, foot JT.
Jackie's now D heavy too.
Yeah,
the Verb switch or is he full MG?
Is not the usual meta, but we'll see how it works out for him. Eric,
yeah, I mean,
out his info.
KEK is running an O heavy, Med, NG, and SL.
KEK is struggling to get door control here. Blastbark finally gets it open, but at what cost?
It's not really a surprise. Like, I don't know why you'd keep the NG and the Med on 10-man
this has been some good 10-man defense so far, but KEK's 10-man offense has not been great.
Why did Yosh go heavy for 10-man O? Like, he wasn't heavy before.
Yeah, they probably don't have enough infantries here, but they're sneaking in. Let's
see. Oh, nice. I'm shocked that
Tony Montana, their SL, got the abort, which means they're clear.
It was a bad flag drop though, right? Like, must have been a Game Freak drop there.
So it looks like they're pretty slow to get back to D7. TYB is pushing out of the base. This is going to be tough to recover from.
I think teams need to practice 10-man more. TYB has 2D heavies with RPG. KEK has no fighting classes. Is the Rev BR gonna come? No, it's getting he said.
So we're hearing from Jackie in private chat that because he's not on Discord, he doesn't know what class to play, so he just switched to heavy on his own.
At least he has MML. You know, it could be worse. I like a good MML 10-man D. Probably not 2 heavies, but...
Alright, there's only 10 seconds left. This is looking pretty difficult. There is a slim chance I can get there. No. And that's
Ooh.
it. So I think that was a pretty good showing from KEK.
Are we going to talk about Bax being rank 3? And top turret damage? How is that
Bax
not MVP?
MVP?
Bax earned that MVP.
Mecha was not the biggest fan of his play during most of the game, but stats don't lie.
I wasn't. I mean, he could have done more. He could have...
Yes!
You could have done 4,000 damage. Yes!
Yes!
Like I said before the game, history in the making. Boog's first game gets a win and an MVP. 3rd place overall, 1st place in turret damage.